everyone. You're watching Rooted and Rising, and this is a show about aging, healing, and everything in between. My name is Aisha, and today we're going to talk about something nostalgic. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have a special guest today. This gentleman next to me is my partner, he's my road dog, he is all things travel, he's a travel guru of the family, and my hubby, Jay. Hey, babe.
Hey.
So I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So is there a movie that you watch every year without, you know, pause? Like every year comes out, you're gonna rewatch the movie?
Yeah. So I would say at least one or two.
Okay, give me one of them.
Die Hard.
Yeah, yeah. And the running conversation is whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. What do you think?
It's a Christmas movie.
You think so?
It's not Christmas without Die Hard.
Okay, okay. I might concur with that. All right, so there's some other movies that come out every year, and one of the movies that I watch all the time is A Christmas Story. Um, Another one that comes out quite often is The Wizard of Oz. Have you seen The Wizard of Oz
I saw it recently.
when you were a child?
When I was a child, yeah, I can remember back that far.
Okay, so that was one of the movies that I watched over and over and over year after year. I think to the point that if the TV edits it, edits the dialogue, and
Hmm.
they kind of cut down some of the time on the movie, I kind of know what's missing. That's how often I've seen that, The Wizard of Oz.
I don't think I've ever watched the entire show though,
No?
ever.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Bits and pieces.
Okay, what about The Wiz?
No,
Never.
never.
Wow. Well, I give another nod to The Wiz. That's another movie that is The Wizard of Oz.
Not really.
It is.
No.
Okay. You got to see it first and then let me know, okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So recently we got the opportunity to take a little vacation out to Las Vegas, and we visited the Sphere. And the Sphere is this dome shaped building that was erected back in 2023. And it's a entertainment venue, and
Hmm.
they have concerts and shows. They show movies. It's just this massive place. I think it holds over 17,000 seats in that theater. So it's pretty big, right?
Yeah, it was pretty big. My first time there, I wasn't expecting it to be so big. I've, for as many times as I've been to Vegas, I've never seen that building. I think, like you said, it's been there only 2.5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was a great venue for um, the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, yes. So right now, The Wizard of Oz is showing in the Sphere, and it's going to be there until March of 2026. And we had the opportunity to go with some friends, and it was just simply fantastic.
It
What do you
was.
say?
I wasn't expecting it to be as good. Um, Again, never seen the Wizard of Oz. Fun fact: I did fall asleep
In the
in
theater?
in the theater.
Oh,
You were kind and not to get me on camera, but um, everything about that experience being in 4D, I I think it's well worth the time, money, money well spent, from everything about the show, from going into the building, the outside of the building while it was a little chilly. We got to
yeah,
walk around a little bit.
yeah,
We took some pictures outside
yeah,
of
yeah.
the Wicked Witch that was killed.
Yeah, yeah. We
But
arrived early too,
we
right?
did,
We
we
arrived,
did
what you say, about an hour
about
early?
an hour early.
Yeah. And that's one thing that we want to recommend, that if you want to kind of mull around outside and look and see what they have and then go inside and look around as well once they let the line through, then definitely get there early. And we had the opportunity to do that. And when we arrived, like you mentioned, there was this huge kind of statue kind of thing of the
Hmm.
Wizard of Oz.
Hmm.
And we had a chance to take some pictures and kind of walk around and look at the sphere itself. And then the line went inside the building after that.
Yeah, we couldn't go in yet, so we
Hmm.
decided to. It's connected to the Venetian,
Hmm.
so we actually walked over to the Venetian, all indoors, and walked around Venetian for a bit. Spent
Hmm.
about 30 minutes, 30,
Hmm.
45 minutes before we had to go back.
Couple cocktails,
Yep,
some snacks,
yep.
bathroom breaks.
Big backing at his best.
So that was kind of nice. And then we got back over to the venue next door, and there's this massive long line that's waiting to go in. So you got to get in that queue and kind of walk through the line.
Yeah, once you were in there, though, I mean, surprisingly, they had tons of concession stands
Hmm.
where you could get your additional snacks. It was again, you're going into a movie theater type setup for the showing of The Wizard of Oz.
Hmm.
Snacks,
Yeah.
drinks,
Hmm.
no heavy foods, just very light.
Hmm. Popcorn,
Um,
chips, those types of
and
things.
and just
Hmm.
inside the venue was I mean 4 stories high, I think it was.
Yeah,
So that
it
was
was
the other thing.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So they let the line come through, and we were up pretty high. But I think our seats were well chosen, and that's one thing about the Wizard of Oz is choosing kind of the right seating area so you can get the full immersive experience.
yeah.
And our seats were pretty high,
Yeah, we stayed.
200s.
We were at the. They only had 3 levels. They had 200, 300 section, 400
Hmm.
section. The When you're on the 200 section, it limits your view. So where we were, I think we were at 307. I think it
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
somewhat center
Yeah.
or right center, and it allowed us to see everything because the dome it
Hmm.
actually goes up and above your head,
Hmm.
and the effects of the movie you have to see it and be able to look up and see everything in front of you.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we were in the ideal place because we were able to see everything around us and we still got some of the immersive effects
Oh,
of the
absolutely.
movie,
Yeah.
right?
From apples dropping to wind from the tornadoes. I think at one point when I woke up, there was some snow
It
coming down.
was. Yeah, the wind was blowing and all of a sudden snow started to drop down. I was like, oh my God, snow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They even had I don't know what they call the monkeys, but
Monkeys.
well, soldiers maybe.
Yeah, the soldiers were,
They were actually flying
yeah,
around
flying through.
in
Hmm.
the venue, which
Yeah,
was pretty
that
cool.
was
So,
cool. Hmm.
but yeah, everything about it, you could feel everything, the rumbling
Yeah,
from at the beginning of the show, which I was awake for,
yeah,
the tornado and the rumblings of the tornado
yeah,
gives you a really a real life effect of being in that
yeah.
situation, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, and the sound effects were amazing,
Yeah.
the lighting. It just really kind of drew you into the movie. And it just gave you a new perspective on The Wizard of Oz. Now, they didn't show the entire movie. There was some pieces cut out. I think it was
Hmm.
about an hour and a half with the movie itself,
Yeah, it's like
maybe a
hour
little.
40, hour
Yeah,
45, something
yeah.
like that.
So there were some parts of it cut out, but you really didn't miss anything. You still got the full experience of the movie from beginning to end.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
I did. It was definitely remastered because if
Hmm.
you know
Hmm.
they had a great blend of I think it was black and white, or I don't
Yeah.
know what they call in between black and white
Mhm.
and color,
Mhm.
and then they had real colorful
Mm.
uh, visual effects that I thought was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that color was popping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just enjoyed everything about it. And so one thing I do want to say is that when you actually go into the venue, you will go through security and they will
Hmm.
check your bags.
Yep.
And for the ladies or everyone else, you're only allowed to bring in small bags. You can't bring in huge bags. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, if you bring in things like strollers and big bags, you're going to have to check them. And there are lockers on the premises for a fee that you'll have to rent to do that. And once you get inside, you'll see why, because everything is so high up that
Hmm.
you really don't want to bring a bunch of huge items with you when you get inside the venue.
No, I mean just think of typical event venues, clear bag, you know, your standard 6 by 6, 6 by 12 purse or bag
Hmm.
will be okay to get through as long as there's nothing extremely dangerous, you know, any event. So
Yeah, and also pictures are perfectly fine in there. You can
mhm.
take videos; they welcome that. So feel free to bring those in and take your pictures. You can bring refreshments in. Bathrooms are pretty convenient. There's no extremely long lines that I can remember when we were there. So it's pretty smooth and it's just enjoyable experience. You don't have to bring the kids if you don't want to.
No, we don't do kids.
Yeah. So, what do you think all in all? Because that was your first time kind of really seeing the movie from beginning to end,
I think
minus the sleeping.
the Sphere was better than expected.
Hmm.
I actually really enjoyed that whole experience. We've been to 3D, 4D
Hmm.
events, but to see the Wizard of Oz on a giant dome. We're talking, I don't know, thousands of square feet maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to be immersed in just all the after effects and everything about it
Mm-hmm.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Being high up did give you a little, I don't know, you may call it
A
vertigo
vertigo.
or uneasy feeling,
Yeah.
but just the whole screen and being able to look
Mm-hmm.
up and around
Mm-hmm.
and see things coming from different directions and
Mm.
even the biggest thing for me was a tornado. I'm a weather guy, as you know, but just to see that thing coming down and forming and coming
Yeah.
towards you actually
Mm-hmm.
made you, the experience made you feel
Yeah.
like you were actually in
Yeah.
wherever. Where's it? Kansas?
Kansas, yeah, the
Kansas. Okay.
tornado. I think for me, my favorite scene was the poppies, the poppy field,
Mm,
because that's when you got a chance to feel like you're really in the poppy field, and then the snow comes down. So I really enjoyed that part of it
yeah.
too.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
actually liked it. It was
Yeah,
it was a good experience.
yeah.
Um, to see that in 4D,
Hmm.
I think it's well worth the time and money
Yeah,
spent just
and
to
it's
just to
the
go experience that.
splurge. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And afterwards, actually, when you come out of the venue back into the lobby area, they have, I guess you call it a little after show.
It was an after show
Yeah.
where they had the Wizard.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, in the movie section, not giving
Hmm.
anything away,
Yeah.
but they had the after show
Yeah.
with the Wizard
Yeah.
voice, the
Yeah.
Wizard person
Yeah. That
or
was kind of
actors. That
cool.
was pretty cool.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So listen, if you get a chance to go out to Vegas, just stop by the Sphere, see the Wizard of Oz before it leaves. I don't know if it's coming back. It may because it's pretty popular, but I think it's worth the splurge to go, and you'll have a good time. You don't have to bring your kids with you. It can be an adult affair, and I think it's worth the trip.
So everything we talked about with the Sphere,
Hmm.
if there's one big takeaway that you would have from experiencing the Wizard of Oz in a modern day venue, what would that be?
I think just being 60, you know, I think it's okay to reach back and think about childhood experiences. And if you get the opportunity to go visit them again, and I
Hmm.
think this place resembles that and demonstrates that I can go back without children and enjoy, a venue that kind of taps into my childhood, and I don't need to bring the kids along.
What does it make you remember about your childhood?
Just being innocent.
Hmm.
The worries kind of leave you. You don't have to worry about, what bills I'm paying this month or what's going to happen as I get older. You just kind of, it kind of leaves the room, I think, when you get there.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you
Okay.
think?
Me is different because again, I never really watched it
Hmm.
in its entirety. I
Yeah.
think it brings back some memories of childhood, but it's that far back where me growing up with limited television, let's say, I don't really have much to remember other than, I've always fell asleep on it.
Right. Well, I'm glad you had the chance to go.
I did too.
Well,
I actually enjoyed it. And yes, I would go again.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Maybe you'll come back.
Maybe.
Well, that's it for today. If you have some thoughts or comments about movies that you watch every single year without fail, or if you too are planning a trip to the Sphere to see The Wizard of Oz, put your comments down below. I would love to hear about them. And until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.